Hi, Pan. It's been a long time when we got a chance to see each other face to face, but I think we are meeting more often on the online platform. But at least I'm able to recognize how you look and all. Not much changes in your life. Okay, so good.
Hey, nice to catch up after a long time. I know the times have been difficult, and it's been some time since we, got to meet.
No,
At
no.
least
I feel
emailing.
yeah, everything has a new learning element for us, Da. So I'm completely open to it and completely optimistic also.
And why not?
So so welcome to episode 4 of the Excellent Speak series. And I thought you will be the right person to be part of this particular thing because we have been speaking on and off about professional ethics for a long time. And now I see there are a lot of other people asking, hey, boss, do you have something related to professional ethics and all that stuff? So I thought ideally we could have a good chat. So Excellent Speaks is a series that we started from Excel as a part of reaching across to people who are connected with us in various social forums to tell them that boss, yeah, ups and downs hote hain. I mean it happens, but we need to be a little more let's put our best foot forward and take things as it comes, and make a difference. So we're trying to engage positivity through these interactions. Okay, so it's just a very short, say 10-15 minute interaction with you, and you come with a fantastic background of
Thanks,
experiences.
thanks,
So
thanks for
that's the
having me with you.
yeah. So that's the first question I have for you. You had some phenomenal experiences. Firstly, with the armed forces, and then with the Indian government. Okay, as part of their corporate, and also with now being a corporate legal expert. Okay, so the first question is probably what any of the people who are listening to this will say, sir. Are these experiences related in some way, or is each position? So, what's your take on that?
First of all, thank you, Uni, for having me, and nice to speak on a topic which is very close to my heart, professional ethics, of course. Yes, and in addition, like you asked me, are these experiences relevant, related, useful, or not? Trust me, they are absolutely useful. There are some core elements that get carried forward. They always are with you, whether it was the in uniform with the Air Force, or with Prasar Bharati, Doordarshan, and All India Radio, or now when I don't call myself as a corporate legal expert, but yes, I do dabble into things which are into legal domain, also into
Yeah.
the cyber security domain, the professional ethics. So, couple of things that we are doing. Wherever I do something, those the core values, the core systems, the core issues that have formulated in our lives, crystallized along the life, they stay with us and they come very, very handy. They're very relevant to me. They stand by us
Okay.
in in bad times and good times.
Yeah. So, one of the, okay, related question to the whole thing is, see, everyone talks about ethics and they always feel that, when you're dealing with, say, the government institutions or organizations itself, there is a question of how ethical they are or how ethical they can be. So, my question to you is, I mean, ethics can be followed in institutions like this, right?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Uh, See, that's where there is a conflict of interest. How you act
Yeah.
is determined by your core ethical values.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I
That's
think also there is a upbringing that comes into the whole thing, the environment that you're exposed to. All of these things make a difference. And I think that's the important part that we need to take into. Okay, now I'm coming down to the ethical part that we've been talking a lot about these programs. We are looking at creating a new ethical India, bring us much above the transparency index right now where we are. We would like to bring it probably to one of the top 10 maybe. So how do you think that organizations and institutions, since this is a HR matter, that means organizations related to employees and institutions related to students, how important do you think is professional ethics for them?
no, Unni, first of all, let me disagree with you that it's an HR issue. Okay,
Okay.
professional ethics is a culture probably set by the top. I will not mind quoting an issue which has been mentioned by Sri Ratan Tata in one of his interviews, that they wanted to start Singapore in Tata Airlines, Tata Singapore Airlines sometime back. This was about a couple of decades back. And they could not start it at that time because there was a particular issue with some, ethical issue that was to be handled by them. And he had to take a call whether to shun the project or to go unethical and bribe someone. He has gone on record in an interview saying that, yes, someone was asking me for bribe, to which I said no, and we did not start the airline, and I did not regret not starting. So it's that. Yeah, in fact, day before yesterday, I was in Taj Hotel in Lucknow, and I was asking this question to the top person in the management of Lucknow Taj, Alpana Singh. You know what she said? She said, it comes from my top. And we do not have any ethical issues as far as employees are concerned because they all imbibe these things. Mostly it's because the top shows the way and we just follow it. This is what. So it is not about HR, it's about the culture. The organization has to build a culture of ethics. That's what it is.
Yeah, so actually, why I mentioned HR was you're completely right. The fact that it does trickle down from above, but ethical aspects are related to human resources. Okay, it is the how human
I agree.
resources
It's the
follow
human
these.
being. Finally, it is the
Yeah.
human being. Yes.
Whether it's general ethics or personal ethics or work ethics or professional ethics, it's something that a human being needs to follow, and that's why I mentioned HR. No, no, that's exactly what I wanted to know. How, like mentioned Ratan Tata or this Taj Hotels in Lucknow. Uh, do other organizations, I mean, whatever the field or industry that they are in, do they have to make it as an important part of their culture?
In the I have seen some of the companies, some of the even some of the retail owners also, they are very, very clear as to what is their objective as far as the ethical conduct is concerned, and they have, some of them have zero tolerance for frauds, zero tolerance for any misdemeanors that happen in their premises, and that is something which they set for themselves as target. This is a no go. So there are many companies, and they say sustainability is there. Sustainability
Absolutely.
is there in following. Yes.
So what you're coming to say is that every institution, every organization that be, okay, whatever field they are in, whether they are into manufacturing, they're into say medical institutions, hospitals, hotels, hospitality, or ITES, banking. I think all of them need to imbibe a sense of culture that trickles down to every employee from the top downwards, and that's how they're probably going to be rated in the future, right? So my
What?
question,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, my question to you is also about institutions. Now, most of the students, I mean, we have a huge number of people passing out from institutions, joining these organizations. So my view in this is that we need to start at that particular stage for them to have an ethical culture that builds into the organization, right? So yes, you were coming to say something. Probably you can link it to the students' population
Yes,
also.
that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. Now, what
Yeah.
happens is, Unni, there is a generation which I and you, we are in that generation, from that generation rather, where at least for me, whenever my child has scored 99%, I asked my son or my daughter, where is that 1 mark? I was not looking at that 99%. So I have created two children who are very responsible, good citizens, but they have always been pointed out that 1 point short. Okay. From there, now obviously the materialistic thing, we cannot blame them for them being materialistic. Second thing is, for some reason, because of the joint families that we grew up in, some things were passed on to us through word of mouth,
Yeah. Yeah.
which today's children have to learn through
Yeah.
books, because that
Yeah.
that word of mouth passing on of these values and culture and those things are not there. And more importantly, today, because of the digital world also, their access to the books also is, most of it is from the West.
Yeah.
There is a difference in thought process, there is a difference in standards, there is a difference in whole approach to ethics between West and the East. There is no denying that fact. So we
Absolutely.
have lost connectivity somewhere. That's one. When actually we went to All India Council for Technical Education with the program for cybersecurity, that was when the chairman AICT has asked us as to how do you control these people from turning rogue? And then we went up saying that this is the process that we have, the ethics training, ethics rating, the fidelity guarantee, and those processes that are there. That is when he said, why limit it only to the cybersecurity professionals, and why don't you spread it to everyone? Because it's relevant to anyone and everyone. Like you mentioned earlier, it is not industry specific at all.
Yeah. In
It
fact,
is,
since you brought up this thing about the way we grew up and stuff like that. In fact, I think even in the education system, there has been I would say, a lacuna there, because we used to have some moral science, sessions that used to happen while we were in school and stuff like that. And even the sporting field, okay, we learned a hell of a lot in the sports field, about loss, about winning, how to handle, vanity, all of these things we learn. But I think nowadays in institutions, I don't see that happening at all. There are no moral science, there is no ethics there is no sports also.
no, let me add here that fortunately this year when they brought out the new education policy, the word ethics is fairing on many occasions in the policy. At different levels
Okay.
they want to bring in, and that's a very good change. That's a very good change.
Absolutely.
But where we
Yeah.
are figuring, as far as I mean, the outfit that I am associated with, the Clean Exit, where I am figuring and I am coming from is that generation which will be produced after the new education policy comes into play, and the generation that has already passed out till today
Yeah.
are passing out between this period. Now, how do they catch up with these issues is where we pitch in. And we are making it available free of cost to all the AICT institutions, the training and certification. That first level is free of cost, and hopefully we will have 14-15 lakh students who are trained. And AICTE has gone one step ahead. They have linked it and put it in their internship portal. They have a huge internship scheme program, and they have linked it to the internship portal, wherein a student is asked whether he has undergone the ethics training or not. And
Absolutely.
the counter to that is the companies who are coming to pick up students from AICT institutions for internship will also be prodded to say, okay, these are the people who are ethics trained, these are not ethics trained. Now it is up to you to choose. If someone wants to choose someone who is not trained in ethics, that's for them to decide. That's okay. But AICT
No, I think it will come to a stage, Pan, where every institution will insist that this has to be part of their placement training.
That's
All
what
organizations which want to pick up people will insist on having an ethics certificate person coming in. Also, I think even the placement agencies will start thinking that, boss, if I have to promote a candidate, if he has got an ethics certification, it makes more relevance, right? Yeah. So that comes to me, probably the last question that I want to ask you, Pan, is that what do you think are the skill sets that the generation that's streaming into professional careers, what all the skills they need to have? Can you just enumerate?
Puni, knowledge and skills. Knowledge, I think they are the current generation is getting a lot of knowledge. Information, they are definitely getting much more than what you and I got. That information, how much of it is turning into knowledge, turning into their useful knowledge, is a little questionable thing. But yes, but it is available to them definitely. And out of that knowledge, how much of it is getting converted into a skill is again because the simulation processes have become very easily available now. Simulation has become much easier. You and I, when we got trained as air traffic controllers, you fortunately started flying to the air traffic control, so you knew what is airspace and where aircraft operated. For me to visualize an airspace and an aircraft in the air while sitting on the ground was a big task. Same thing when 2007 I was in Air Force Academy, and I conceived and created a digital simulator system for the air traffic controllers. It was different because the simulation was so it was making learning so easy for doctors, for engineers on the design part. If someone had to understand how a sprocket worked, that was a difficult task to understand. But then today they have the diagrams available on the computer, and the moving parts are shown moving. The 3D simulation is possible. So that way, conversion of knowledge to skill has become much easier. Definitely, they are better off. But now, what skill sets are required? core skill sets, while we may not talk because it depends on what profession they are choosing or what is their area of interest, but what value system is attached to that skill set is what I can speak about. The value system that is attached to the skill sets, because skills can be learned.
And also, I was also, thinking about the fact that the soft skills part of it, not the hard skills, of course.
That's where I'm coming to.
Yeah.
When I say the value system, the soft skills get indoctrinated in the initial stage. Now that has to be somewhere started in the colleges. Unfortunately, today we are not having that as part of it. The soft skills training. Soft skill is a skill that actually will give straight head up start to any candidate, even if he has deficiency, a little bit of deficiency in the core skill sets that he is required to have. Now add value system to soft skills, that becomes icing on the cake, and the cake is ready for him to be eaten. That's what it is. So you have knowledge, you have skill sets. Basically the skill sets are quite okay, no problems as far as that is concerned. Indian engineers or Indian medical student, they are all considered very good. Add skill set, soft skills to that, and a bit of value system and the ethics that we are talking about, it makes it complete, it makes it a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I mean, especially I feel these skill sets like the personality, communication, leadership, critical thinking, being able to communicate both in written and in, verbal, being able to make an impression.
Non-verbal communication including, more importantly, non-verbal communication.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we are on. Personally speaking, I'm glad that we are associated, PAN, and we are doing something. I mean, in the recent interactions that we have had with both institutions and organizations, we feel that there is a huge lacuna in terms of awareness about ethics and about how its applicability will help them design a character that is of value. Going forward. So I'm glad that we are doing some great work together, and I need to thank you for spending time with us and discussing it and giving us a little more light and clarity in this whole thing. And I'm sure we're going to be associated doing more things. But thank you for this interview. We'll be posting this on social media and hoping that we have more people gathering to ask and be aware in this whole thing. So thanks, PAN. Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much. You're doing a lot of good work, and keep moving ahead. You are helping a lot of students, in soft skills. That's a good thing that you're doing. They're that much more prepared to face the life, not leave alone the job, to face the life.
It's been a very fulfilling journey, I should tell you, and I'm looking forward to doing it till the last breath. So I'm sure you're also on the same, provisions. So let's do some good things together.
Surely. Thank you very much. Thanks, and all the best.
Bye, buddy. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, PAN.